Table for two, please.
Hello! And welcome back to Table for Two. My name is Viveka.
And I'm Amy.
And by the time this episode is being released, we should be moving back into the back-to-school season.
We wanted to lay out our expectations for this school year as our district is moving to in-person learning once again.
We're going to talk first about our personal expectations for our school year. And for context, Amy is a sophomore and I am a senior.
So, I have not stepped foot as a high schooler into a high school that functions quote-unquote normally, so like before the pandemic. And I'm going to like a completely brand new school, so I'm going to be the highest class. There's going to be freshmen. So Viveka's my senior from across the district, and it's going to be in person, which is great because, you know, from our last episode about virtual school, I despised it. And everybody's going to be new to school, so I don't need to worry about getting lost, which was one of my biggest fears. And I'm going to be with people I've known for a long time, and I'm excited to catch up with my friends because I literally have not seen them. I haven't properly hung out with them. I just hope I can do well in my classes and keep on top of my work.
So, as a senior, you might be able to tell that I'm pretty much over it. I have seniorities to the max since freshman year. I'm also just stressing out over the bunch of things I have to do. I have to start applying for college, I have to apply for scholarships, I have to work on our podcast, and I can keep going, but I don't want to. So, I'm pretty nervous, and just being in virtual school for 1.5 years has kind of ruined my study skills to a unrecoverable point in my life. So I'm pretty nervous about how I'll do academically. But I guess the one good thing is I get to go back and I get a break from my family for the first time. And I get to see people. It'll be fun. It'll be great. But not really.
Yeah. I think school is where I see all my friends most of the time, which is kind of sad, you know, but it is what it is.
So moving on to academics, which I think, as you can tell, that some people are worried about. Let's talk about ranks and GPAs. So I'll start for this one. Mm-hmm. And I finally got ranked after 3 years of high school. And I was really, really happy to see that. I'm not really ranked super high or anything, but I'm still very proud of myself. And the issue is we get re-ranked in September for colleges. And I want to work very, very hard to make sure that my grades are in tip-top shape for the first 2 or 3 months, just so I'm not going to fail. So I think I'll be in full-on studious mode for the first half of the semester. But yeah.
Yeah, as for me, this year, being ranked isn't that important for me yet, but I was literally like thousandths away from being ranked, decimal points, so I'm a little like annoyed by that because it was like such a small margin, but you know, that means I'm still close to being ranked, which is pretty good. But I think as long as I work smart this year, I try not to procrastinate too much, I can do okay with my GPA, and I can do well in class. You know?
You can, Amy.
Thank you. You can too.
You just gotta crush that one bug.
Workload-wise, I'm looking to do more volunteering this year. Mm-hmm. I also have more APs. So there's like significantly more responsibilities, but you know, my mindset is that it'll get done. Even if I don't enjoy it, it's gonna get done. Time stops for nobody. So
for me, in terms of workload, once again, I've lost all of my study skills, and once again, I just have a lot of other commitments. So I am nervous, but I mean, who hasn't been through this before? So it'll be fine. Once again, just like, this is peak senioritis hitting, so like, I don't know what to tell you. So we're going to move on to talk a little bit about our district's policies. We're not going to name our district just for privacy reasons, but we have a few things that we
want to discuss, want to address.
Mm-hmm. So first, our district is doing mask optional this year.
So,
like, people are still dying. This pandemic is not over, and this is exactly what our governor did. He removed the mask mandate right before things were about to get better. So when people do this and make masks optional and letting people walk around flaunting their ugly little faces around this school, it kind of makes me mad, you know? Just because, like, this is safety. This is public safety. And our state also bans the requirement of vaccines for school attendance, too. So there's nothing like that either. And if anything, the policy should be changed so that masks are required for the people who are not vaccinated and optional for those who are vaccinated.
Yeah, as for me, as for both of us, honestly,
Yeah.
I'm still going to wear my mask even though I have gotten fully vaccinated.
Same.
Yeah, because vaccines, it doesn't stop COVID. COVID is still here, and just because it's been so long doesn't mean it's any less impactful.
Yeah.
And, schools are also nasty as well.
Yeah.
And
also with the new variant spreading really fast,
yeah,
it's
and
important
flu
to be safe.
season.
Mm-hmm.
So we just want to be careful and protect as many people as we can.
Yep. All right. Another
Pretty big shift for the district is that there will be absolutely no virtual learning.
there was apparently only 1,000 students who applied to learn completely virtually, as it was going to be a virtual academy. So it wouldn't be like they're part of an actual in-person high school. They would just be in the virtual academy and they'd graduate from there. So our school district is very, very big. So it's pretty understandable as to why they cut that out of the program.
Yeah. My thoughts are like, I did enjoy virtual school a lot, but honestly, it's an investment that should be considered because it's not all bad. Consider like bad weather days for long periods of time and all. That means the curriculum for even in-person students can be switched easily instead of having to deal with like all the confusion and all that happened for the past year.
But moving on from kind of these depressing things, let's talk about something a little more happier, a little more peppier. The fact that we're going to get to see our friends again.
Yeah. I can finally talk to my friends, Honestly, we interact so much better when talking rather than texting, which is what, we've been doing for the majority of this past year. And I've missed them so much because they pushed me through all my classes, like having them sit next to me and we would just like, share looks and just like kind of like talk to each other when we were allowed to, it was like having them by my side was so, it was such a nice feeling. And we missed out a lot this year, friendship wise, making memories wise, but I don't think there's a huge gap in our friendship because we're close friends and that's nice, So friends that are listening, I love you guys.
How cute. I'm also very, very happy. My friend group really relies on in-person interaction more than online. And obviously that's been pretty tough with COVID because we couldn't really see each other for the most part. But now we can finally hang out and I can actually know what's going on around town, you dig? I'm sorry. And plus, I can interact with the people I got to know online, and we can all bond.
Something that's also going to be coming back is homecoming and prom.
In terms of hoko and prom culture, I guess, in at least my school, and I think most of our school district too, is that most people don't go to hoko. Mm-hmm. It's just pretty lame. Sorry. So I went freshman year. Worst experience of my life. I went sophomore year. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't fun either. And then obviously we skipped junior year. But I'm actually going to go this year to both hoko and to prom. And since I have finally matured into bod and into face, it's okay. But I'm really, really excited to maybe go to these things and like have fun, make good memes. And with the people I love.
Make up for what you missed for this past year. Yeah. So I've never been to any of these. I've never been to homecoming, never been to prom.
In honor of school, things that we're not looking forward to. For me, this includes academics of school because I don't like learning. Yay. Another thing, the competition in my grade because everyone is very competitive and it makes it really hard for me to do literally anything. Another thing, college applications. I hate you. And also, just like not having classes with people I like, because I have terrible luck. I have never gotten like good class picks. I mean, sophomore year wasn't bad, but freshman year I had nobody. And like even just walking past or like even lunch periods, nobody.
Oh.
Barren. So hopefully I will get a good schedule. So yeah.
Yeah. I'm not looking forward to APs. Honestly, the best thing about APs is peeling off the little barcode stickers during the test. I don't know why I enjoyed those so much, but you know, at least this year I chose APs that I have some interest in. So, you know, hopefully that will be better than what I did last year. Commuting to school back and forth and like volunteering and just all those other responsibilities, that's something that I'm definitely not looking forward to, and it's something that I really loved about having everything be virtual because, you know, I didn't have to drive anywhere. I didn't have to like sit in traffic for so long. I just had to click on a Zoom link and I'd be there. That's something, and I'm not looking forward to like carpool lanes and all of the blockage and traffic leading into the school, which I despise. And I'm also kind of worried about burnout because I know when we started working on this podcast and working on the first episode, I think both of us were having really terrible burnout from school because it was end of the year and it was just terrible burnout. So I don't have that kind of burnout now because it's summer and I'm looking forward to starting the new school year, but I don't want to put my expectations too high because then when I start school, I'm going to be disappointed.
And finally, some of our concerns for the school year, which I kind of feel like is the same thing. For me, anti-maskers, once again, is mask optional. And sure, I get it, but no, I don't. So, anyway, next. We live in the South. That should be enough. Next, people I don't like. Pretty self-explanatory. Next, not knowing people, because I very much still feel like a freshman in terms of like the people I know. It's always been upperclassmen that I've known a lot. I haven't really made efforts to get to know underclassmen except Amy, I guess.
Yeah.
Congrats. So now that I'm the upperclassman, I have to actually be nice to people.
Yeah,
Anyway.
Now you're gonna be the old one.
It's okay. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
And in relation to underclassmen, I'm not looking forward to cocky underclassmen. I've had my fair share of underclassmen experiences. You guys are pretty interesting people. When you graduate, I'll be like a junior in in college.
I know.
Okay, finish.
I'm also, like I said it before, I'm also concerned about flu season. And I mean, this probably won't happen at all, but like potential drama, you know, in the grade, in the class, you know, it's just, I don't care for it, but it just dampens the mood completely. And it's just weird. I don't know, but why? That's all I have to say, like, why? But I'm excited now, but I'm probably going to get overwhelmed by all this new stuff because I've never properly been in high school. All I've known about high school is, you know, Zoom links. Come back next week to listen to our episode about studying and how to prepare for Doomsday.
Whee!
The first day of school.
All right. My name is Viveka.
And I'm Amy.
And we're
Signing off.
Check, please.
You can find our episode credits, contact/feedback forms, socials, and YouTube channel all at linktree.com/table-for-two-pod, which you can find in our episode and Spotify bio. See you next Wednesday with a brand new episode.